Okay, so we move on to the next heat now, which is going to be for groups A and H. And on pole position, Reese Viverette. Reese Viverette, second at the moment in the Belgian Championship. Spoke to him yesterday, and doesn't have the budget to race on an international level, but won his ticket to come to Le Mans, and Reese Viverette took a third place in the first heat yesterday, and then 19th place in the second heat. Alongside him is Stephen Letts, who took a third place in his opening heat and then a 7th in the second heat. Callum Bradshaw won his opening heat and then took a 4th in his second heat. Alejandro Lajos Lopez started his weekend with an 8th place. He's going to be starting from 4th, but ran into a bit of trouble in his second race and finished 20th. Julian Sanson was in a bit of trouble in his first heat and finished 24th, but then was 5th in his second heat. Abdullah Al-Rawahi alongside him on the second row, 6th and a 4th. That's the 396 there that we're looking at. Tilda Olsen. On the 4th row we have Mark Litchfield, who took a 22nd in the first heat. Bit lower down the order than he would have liked, Mark Litchfield, but 6th in the second heat was more what he could do. Kasper Korjus was 6th in his opening heat. He's on the outside of row 4, but was involved in an incident in the second heat, which also involved Alejandro Lajos Lopez, which saw Korjus come off a lot worse, and he finished 32nd. Roman Bonetto finished 6th in his opening heat and was 14th in the second. Rehan Jani was 13th and 8th. Bruno.
Également à ses côtés avec le numéro 324 et la caméra qui se balade sur la grille de départ et qui la permet de du sultanat de Manzerla à la Raoui qui bien sûr se prépare dans la perspective de départ. Alejandro Lao Lopez également, l'espagnol que vous pouvez retrouver, pilote naturellement venant vers le haut de grille avec encore une fois les approches 35 et Stéphane Letts numéro 300.
Yep, there is Stephen Letts we were just looking at. We cross to the other side of the grid. There's Reese Viverette with the VDK racing team just behind Callum Bradshaw, the CRG Spa team. Julian Sanson racing on a Sodi chassis. Mark Litchfield on the inside of row 4. Who else do we have on the grid? Well, row 6 is Axel Laflamme for Piers Sexton Racing. And alongside Axel, 230, Bruno.
Alejandro Lopez, donc sur la deuxième ligne. Ce qui se passe en ce moment sur la piste, pour ceux qui ne sont pas en ce moment sur le circuit international de karting, c'est qu'on procède au ramassage, un peu à la collecte des pilotes malheureux dans la précédente manche, celle du groupe D et F avec, rappelons la victoire d'Oliver Olsen qui s'est imposé devant Lorenzo Travizzato, Ryan Norbert qui a terminé en 3e position, et donc Geoffrey qui fait le premier français. On continue justement, Chris, avec
Julian Sanson, yeah.
Avec Julien qu'on va saluer et qui va en fait, Julien Sanson s'est lancé depuis la 3e ligne de la grille de départ. Julien Sanson, il est numéro 213.
Yeah, so one good heat for Sanson, one, of course, a bad heat, but it's so easy with the field as big as it is to find yourself in trouble in one heat, but Julian Sanson now has to avoid any further incidents. Likewise, Mark Litchfield, who we were just looking at there, 22nd and 6th. Axel Laflamme did have a really good first heat, but got a 10-second penalty post-race. We're seeing a lot of front-fairing penalties Axel was just one driver to pick up one of those in the first heat, so was 21st in that one, but finished 11th in the second one. So Axel was didn't get the best of qualifying sessions, got a little bit caught up in what was a bit of a traffic jam, but now having to try and work his way through. So this their third race, Bruno, of the weekend. So one thing I was talking about is the first race always a little bit nerve-wracking and they want to get a good result, but the third race now, one thing, we're reading out the results there. Some of them, they might just be hearing that for the first time. I'm sure some of them keeping an eye on how the others are doing. It's easy to play mind games with yourself, isn't it, on worrying about other people's results too much rather than just about worrying about your own, or trying maybe a bit too hard, thinking I need to get a really good result here to make the A final on Sunday.
Vainqueur et troisième, autrement dit des résultats plutôt bons. Capel Black sur le et donc Julien Sanson qui aide à la de la troisième ligne. C'est
J'en ai pris une ce matin quand je suis arrivé. Celle-là, elle est belle en noir et blanc, elle est belle. Avec un flou.
de la cinquième.
Petit brouillard obligatoire. C'est quand même fait plaisir de voir un petit peu. Je me surveille avec les caméras, on est surveillé de
Bien sûr, suivre ensemble cette manche qualificative des pilotes A et H dans quelques instants pour celui qui en a bon tour. Vous savez également rien de gagné. Non, aussi de voir coop, il y a Christopher Chali, numéro 230, France, Mathis Corny, numéro 209, Charlotte Morelli, numéro 316, Johan Caillot, numéro 238, Étienne Chély avec le numéro 269 pour une liste exhaustive des pilotes qui figurent également sur le nord de France.
They come on track. So where did we get to? Let's run through the full grid again. Reece Viverette, 3rd and 19th so far yesterday. Stephen Letson was heat set as 7th and 3rd. Callum Bradshaw 1st and a 4th. Alejandro Lajos Lopez on the 2nd row, 8th and a 20th. Julian Sanson a 24th and a 5th. Abdullah Al-Rawahi, very consistent, a 4th and a 6th. Mark Litchfield, a 22nd and a 6th. Then it's Casper Corjus on the outside of row 4, 6th and 32nd for him. Roman Benetto, he's had a 6th and a 14th. And then we have Rihan Jani with a 13th and an 8th. Axel Laflamme is on row 6, 21st and 11th for Axel. Kalp is on the outside of row 6. Row 7 is Christopher Shaney and Max Hollander. Justin Francis and Jan-Philippe Springborg. Row 8 is Adam Mercer and Mathis Cordier. Row 10 is Nicholas Bart and Jakob Matthias Ojar. Lindsay Hum and Henry Billico are on row 11. And it's Oakley Pryor, the play team. And Richards Frankie on row 12. Charlotte Marie on row 13. Etienne Shelley and Matilda Olsen on row 14. Alex Denning and Robin Banks on row 15. Harold and Mads Rasmussen row 16. Miho Takagi and Maxi Bidard row 17. Harry McGovern and Matthew Graham are on row 18. not the sunny conditions we have had so far this weekend. Still foggy around. Oh, come later on. For the senior drivers out early, yeah, I think they'd. This could change things perhaps slightly. The conditions of the track definitely going to be a little bit different to what they were used to. That said, they were out for a warm-up session this morning. Usually, if it was like this, you'd see no one go out in a warm-up session, but knowing that it was going to stay foggy and just a little bit cool for an hour or so, all the senior drivers wanted to get out there and test the conditions.
Va arriver, les amis, on était à 14-15 degrés de température constatée ces derniers instants. Attention à la manche qualificative AH, 11 tours, Rhys Vivrette et Stefan Letz qui sont, rappelons-le, les pilotes de la première ligne de la grille de départ. Et top, c'est parti avec un bon départ de Stefan Letz. Bon départ de Stefan Letz, oui, attention à quelques coups de volant déjà pour le premier virage à gauche. Callum Bradshaw me paraît pas mal parti, oui, attention, deux pilotes déjà dans l'herbe. Quatre même.
Had a couple of people almost spin there. Now, one of them was the 230 that went off the track Bleasty, and we had the 241. Callum Bradshaw was off as well, so that's one of the front runners there, and Callum Bradshaw to go off. I think our pole sitter has got, in fact, Rhys Vivrette has dropped to third place. Abdullah Arewahi, I think, has climbed to second. Here's a replay, and too many cars trying to go. Oh, well, Callum Bradshaw got tagged into a spin, and that set off a chain reaction which saw several other drivers going round. Now,
juste dire rapidement, Callum Bradshaw qui faisait partie des ténors, malheureusement parti haut, et attention aussi pour un pilote qui était en troisième position dans les derniers virages, qui a mis les roues dans l'herbe. La fin du premier tour, et c'est un petit peu du sang dessus-dessous en ce moment avec Abdullah Al-Raoui qui est passé leader.
Yeah, brilliant start for Al-Rawahi. Second place is Rhys Vivrette, and third place Alejandro Lajos Lopez. Needs good results, as we said. Oh, Stephen Letts running into the back of Julian Sanson there, and Julian Sanson also losing a place to Mark Litchfield as a result of that. We've had a change for seventh. Rihan Janey, that is, going past Casper Korjus.
Livré Sinzelit. Je pense que Rhys Vivrette est passé. Abdullah Al-Raoui a malheureusement perdu la tête pour lui. Et une place de perdu également pour Julien Sanson. Stéphane Letts l'a dépassé.
Yeah, Stephen Letts going through. Oh, and that's Al-Rawahi, is it? I think that's certainly someone on. Is that? No, I don't think that is Al-Rawahi that's gone round. We'll pick that up at the end of the lap. But out front, well, it might be, because out front is Stephen Letts now. Second place is Vivrette. Third is Lajos Lopez. And fourth is Sanson. So was that Abdullah Al-Rawahi that went? It was. He's tumbling down the order. What a shame that is for Abdullah Al-Rawahi. Has had a fourth place and a sixth place so far. And now tumbling down the order. A lot of work to do and only 9 laps remaining. So Stephen Letts leading the way. Best result this weekend so far, a third place. Rhys Vivrette in second place. His best result so far this weekend, a third. Then it's Lajos Lopez, Sanson, Litchfield, Korjus, Janey. And then it's Rihan Janey, Sen, Hahn and Etienne Shelley as they make their way onto the back straight then for the third time. Stephen Letts leading the way down towards the left-hander they go. It's quite hard to see them as they head down there. Oh, change for second. Viverette's going to lose second place to Alejandro Lajos Lopez, and Stephen Letts is down the road at the moment. Let's pick up what the gap is when they cross the line. 9/10 of a second. Julian Sanson was trying to pass Viverette there. Mark Litchfield queuing up behind as well, as is Casper Korjus and Christopher Shady.
Stefan Letts reste pour l'instant solide leader après 3 tours, 9 dixièmes d'avance sur Alejandro Laoz qui est donc passé en deuxième position. Rhys Vivrette est à la 3e place. Julien Sanson juste calé derrière lui, premier français dans le classement, avec Mark Litchfield qui apparaît pour l'instant à la 5e place. Caspar Korjus est en 6e position. Christopher Chany est le 2e français dans le classement à la 7e place, devant Ryan Gagny, Etienne Shelley, 343, 269, 8 et 9e. Et que se passe-t-il? Caspar Korjus peut-être est-il passé en 5e position?
Yeah, Casper Korjus making a place. Mark Litchfield, I believe, has gone past Sanson, as you said, and Korjus went past just a couple of corners later, so Korjus up to 5th. Litchfield up to 4th. Mark Litchfield had that one bad result with a 22nd in his opening heat, had a 6th in the next one, going along very well in this one, up to 4th place in that fight for 2nd. Down the order then we have the likes of Adam Mercer is down there, Callum Bradshaw is down there as well, Abdullah Awawahi, Cordia is going to go no further. Yuho Takagi was caught up in that first lap incident, it seems, as well. As they head down to the hairpin, Reese Viverette trying to line up a move on Lajos Lopez, maybe. They're not closing in on Stephen Letts. He's actually pulling away out front. The gap is now over 1 second from first to second. Kesper Borgius leading this train of karts for 5th with Sansa Janey. And we have Shelley Solander, LaFlamme Bonetto is in there as well. Roman Bonetto actually fastest on track on this lap as they head across the line.
Et le 5e passage, 1 seconde de l'écart entre Stefan Letts et Alejandro Lahoz, alors que Mark Litchfield était passé un instant en tête en course. C'est Pryor Oakley qui vient de s'en emparer avec la 20e place. On a même le sentiment parfois que les visibility conditions sont en train de se réduire avec le brouillard qui donne l'impression de tomber. Alejandro Lahoz, Lopez, Rhys Viverette et Mark Litchfield, c'est le trio de pilotes à la lutte pour les 2, 3, 4e places. Stephen Letts a réussi à se détacher légèrement. Julien Sanson est en 6e position devant Ryan Gagny et Christopher Chani. Attention, une attaque à l'instant de Mark Litchfield pour la 3e position. Pas sûr qu'il ait réussi à passer Rhys Viverette, le Belge. Reste en ce moment à la 3e place alors que nous sommes dans le tour de la mi-course.
Yeah, Mark Litchfield tried to make a move down at the hairpin there. Didn't work, but he's got through just a couple of corners later. Now was lining that move up, but I think he was just a little bit too far back. Now trying to say to Rhys Viverette, let's work together and try and pull away from Kesper Borgius once again, because now joining the fight for 3rd place is Borgius and Sanson, along with Jamie as well. I think also Christopher Jamie also in there as they go through turn number 3. That's allowed Stephen Letts, well, he was already in a comfortable lead, but that has allowed Alejandro Lajos Lopez to be in a comfortable 2nd place. Lajos Lopez still unable to close in on Stephen Letts, who's actually brought the gap up to 1.4 seconds now. Just want to check in on the progress of some of the drivers who came off on the opening lap. Callum Bradshaw only in 28th place, Abdullah Awawahi 34th, so fortunately those two who, let's say overall, look like at least potential podium contenders come Sunday, in a bit of trouble here as they head down towards turn number 1. Mark Litchfield there in the all-white livery, just trying to hold off Rhys Viverette with only 3.5 laps, so just under 4 laps remaining. Don't think they'll be able to close in Lajos Lopez, but Viverette, I think, has got to go past Litchfield here because Kesper Borgius is looking keen to take that 4th place from him.
Il reste à peine 4 tours dans cette finale X30 avec cette manche. Stephen Letts, Alejandro Lahoz Lopez. Et attention pour le changement pour la 3e place avec Rhys Viverette qui a réussi à passer Mark Litchfield. Kaspar Corius reste pour l'instant 5e position. Les voilà visibles ici dans le gauche-droite après le virage des 2 chaînes. Stephen Letts devant. Après le 7e tour, il avait 1 seconde 4, on va vérifier cela. 8e tour couvert, 1 seconde 3. Alejandro Lahoz Lopez, 55 secondes de centre particulièrement rapide. Et donc Rhys Viverette passé en 3e position. Mark Litchfield et Kaspar Corius pour le top 5. Et une belle place aussi pour l'instant dans ce même classement avec les Français. C'est Ryan Gagny qui est en 6e position et qui a pris la tête de la délégation France.
Oh, and a spin.
Oh, oui.
Sanson, I think is it? That might have gone. Yes, Julian Sanson spun.
Julien Sanson tête à queue.
Number 3, and someone else gone on the exit of the corner as well. Was that Christopher Cheney? Maybe that's also spun. Well, interesting lap that one, with Viverette passing Litchfield. Then somehow they got a gap as Borgius started defending from the pack behind. Borgius in all sorts of trouble then at turn number 1, and that's led to an incident with 2 drivers off, and it is Julian Sanson and Christopher Cheney seem to just bang wheels and spin round, so not too sure exactly what caused that, but we may get a replay of it and try and work that one out. Stephen Letts still leading by over 1 second, 1.3 seconds ahead of Lajos Lopez, but Litchfield closing in on Rhys Viverette, or shall I say still with Viverette, and we may see a battle for third on the last lap here. I think Litchfield, having just lost that third place to Viverette a couple of laps ago, want to get that back from him. So a 22nd and a 6th this weekend, Viverette a 19th and a 3rd. So they've both had results that they won't be too happy with, and they'll want to be finishing as high as possible from now on. So I think they'll both want that third place desperately. It's going to be an interesting last lap.
Et attention au dernier tour à l'instant, Stéphane Letz qui repasse l'avance vis-à-vis d'Alejandro Laos Lopez, reste de 1 seconde 4. Rhys Viverette et Marc Litchfield qui peuvent encore pimenter un tout petit peu la fin de course, avec un peloton plus étiré que jamais en comparaison avec ce qu'on a vécu dans les autres manches qualificatives. Rhys Viverette pour l'instant et Marc Litchfield qui se maintiennent en 3 et 4e position, et c'est Ryan Gagny qui est donc passé à la 5e place devant Axel Laflamme, Kaspar Corius, Marc Surlander, mais aussi Étienne Chély, premier français. Et le top 10 pour l'instant avec Howard à la route est en 10e position. Et que se passe-t-il?
Viverette defending down at the hairpin there.
Viverette right with us.
Yeah, Litchfield right with him down the back straight.
Attention à la dernière ligne droite.
Viverette defends once again. Litchfield looks to the outside. It's all off camera, but Litchfield's going to try the move into the last couple of corners. Looks to the outside on the right, could get the run on the left. Out front, Stephen Letts is going to take his first win of the weekend. Lajos Lopez second, and Viverette Bruno just holding on to third place from Mark Litchfield.
Stéphane Letts, première victoire de ce week-end dans cette manche qualificative pour les groupes A et H. Il a finalement été salué par le drapeau d'Amiens en vainqueur. La ligne d'arrivée franchie avec 1 seconde 377 d'avance sur Alejandro Laos Lopez. Rhys Viverette termine en 3e position. Marc Litchfield finalement a conservé la 4e place, n'a pu s'emparer de la 3e malgré une belle attaque dans les toutes dernières longueurs. Ryan Gagny pour la 5e position devant Axel Laflamme, alors que Kaspar Corius termine 7e, que Max Surlander termine en 8e position, Howard Alron 9e et Charlotte Morelli aussi. Bravo Charlotte, très belle 10e place Charlotte avec le numéro 316 exactement pour Charlotte Morelli, ainsi 10e.
Good race that one to get us underway. Stephen Letts taking the win by 1.3 seconds this weekend, getting better and better as it goes on. Alejandro Lajos Lopez looks back on track as well. Good result for him. That one, he's had one bad result this weekend, but 2 good ones. Likewise, Rhys Viverette. So those 3, 2 drivers there that are on the recovery after one bad result. And Stephen Letts, who has hit some brilliant form this weekend. And that was the moment on the replay that he crossed the line. And as you can see, the mid-pack was very, very busy indeed. Callum Bradshaw recovered to 23rd. Abdullah Rawahi to 31st. Adam Mercer recovered, the Australian, to 22nd.